floating head. Look at this. I'm actually wearing a white t-shirt, not a green one. But for some strange reason, the background is not working perfectly. Well, and the background is my isolation booth. I'll eliminate this photo in a moment. This photo, by the way, is the one I shot from at work one day downtown. You can see that, let's see, right there, that's the National War Memorial. The first, second Afghanistan War as well. That's the Chateau Laurier. This is former Grand Central Station in Ottawa. Central Station was the railroad station. It's now the Senate of Canada. Of course, you can see the Westin Hotel over here and some new construction in the background. And if I duck out of the way for a second, you can see the Gatineaus. So just pause for a second here. I'm going to take the background down because it's kind of distracting, I think. Tell me what you think. And you can see I've changed the background again. This is another photo I shot from behind the Chateau Laurier, actually, at sunset in July a few years ago. The bridge you see right here was built in, I believe, 1910 when it first opened. So it's over 100 years old, and sadly, it's going to be replaced. And the rumor is that they might be tearing it down because it's beyond its life cycle, which I think is truly sad because it's a beautiful piece of architecture that I happen to love. Okay. And here, you can see the isolation booth. It's not a full green screen, as you can tell. So I just thought I'd put this video up quickly. A little bit about what's going on with my life. Oh, hang on a second here. I have to do something. Bear with me. I just finished an upload I was doing for the podcast on my Mixcloud page. I contribute to, I have a jazz show and a pop music show. I've discussed that before, but I also contribute to a political show, which is on Spotify. And I have a music and lifestyle show, touches on mental health and live musicians in studio. And that's on Mixcloud as well. It's called The Regional, if you're interested. It's done in a very different style. It's not ASMR style, which is what this is, of course. And I realized in my last video, and I think largely because I was in the middle of an anxiety attack, I failed to talk to you in a whisper tone. I apologize for that because I intend to try and give you whispers each time I record, because I know that there is a number of you folks that really do appreciate the whisper. As for myself, it's very difficult for me to whisper for any length of time because it's I can barely hear myself even with the headphones turned way up because I have almost no hearing in this ear, and I want to preserve what I have left in this one. But because my hearing has been damaged from years of DJing in nightclubs and going to concerts, now when I attend a concert, I wear earplugs because I have to. And at 53, I want to at least keep what I have, right? So again, I apologize for no whisper content in the last video, as I was in the middle of an anxiety attack and was just trying to deal with it. And as you know, at the end of that last video, I started to recover from the anxiety, and thankfully I did. And I went out on a 10 kilometer hike, 10 kilometer hike through the Gatineau Hills up to King Mountain, where I shot some beautiful photos of the city and the valley and the surrounding regions. You can see, oh God, for hundreds of kilometers in multiple directions. And it's interesting how from that vantage point at King Mountain, which is literally 15 minutes from here by car, I kid you not. And, it takes 30 minutes to hike to the top, and then you hike back down. Anyway, to get to King Mountain. Sorry, that's not what I wanted to say. Apologies. I'm telling you about my life, and I'll get to mental health in a moment, but I'll bring it back around. So when you're up on King Mountain, it's one of the highest points in the region, not the, but one of the higher ones. Look out, you can see the entire city of Ottawa, Gatineau, as far as the eye can see. And I don't know how many kilometers in the background, I can see an array of windmills from a wind farm that I did not know were there. There's about 17 or 18 of them I can count. From the photographs that I've taken, I'm like, wow, that's kind of amazing. But it's you can get some great panoramic photos from up there, and you get to see how beautiful our city is and how surrounded by flora, fauna, and water we are. Just from that one vista, you can spot multiple rivers, ponds, and lakes, all within minutes of the downtown core. Quite literally, King Mountain. After former Prime Minister William Lyon Mackenzie King, where he had an estate, and he willed that to the people of Canada. But from King Mountain, it's about, I kid you not, 15 minutes from Parliament Hill, which is at the end of my street. So maybe it takes me about 20 minutes to get there, give or take, depending upon traffic. But the mental health aspect of today's piece, well, the hike, any type of exercise usually helps. I think fresh air, hiking through the wilderness and up onto a mountaintop on a date, which, is always interesting. I was able to talk through what I was going through. I mean, and I'm an extrovert who does appreciate his solo time, don't get me wrong. But if I go too long without being around people, I can get severely depressed. As my friend years ago said, Paul, you get your energy from other people. Sorry, I'm just trying to move so you can see that I'm actually talking. I keep my voice in a low tone so that again, the microphone is quite sensitive, so I'll turn up the gain just a little bit. So if I lean back a little, you can sort of see that I'm speaking to you. Just adjust the microphone here a little bit. Yeah, that's better. You can actually see that I'm speaking, and it's not some sort of effect. I don't know. I just, yeah. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a split second. I'm back on it. Don't worry. Throughout the hike, we discuss life in general, and as I've said, when I'm going through either severe depression or anxiety, I need to discuss anything other than what I'm going through, and that helped me tremendously. And of course, I did. Throughout the hike, I told you, sorry, I was in the middle of a full-blown anxiety attack. Throughout the day, and I was almost going to cancel, but I decided that I didn't want to do that to you, and I thought that this would do me a world of good, and it did. So I thank you for that. So yeah, exercise can make a world of difference when you're suffering from mental health issues. Now, that being said, I fully realize how sometimes it's next to impossible to motivate yourself to get out and do any sort of exercise when in the middle of a mental health crisis. In this instance, in my case, it worked out very, very well because I had a commitment I had to follow through on. When it's just a plan to do it, go to the gym or ride your bike and doing it by yourself, well, it's easy to just back out of that because you're not letting anybody down but yourself. And you should never let yourself down. But I think you understand what I'm trying to say. When you have a commitment you need to follow through on, it can help you get through your crisis. And it certainly worked wonders for me. Anyway, I just wanted to pop on here for a couple of minutes, say a couple of things, and hopefully I can help you out. I realize it's not the greatest content today, but it's been 5 days since my last post, and I'm trying to post something every 5 days at an absolute minimum. So, Till we meet again, my friends, take care. And I appreciate all your wonderful commentary. I'll talk to you soon. Remember to breathe.